Yeah. How y'all doing out there? This is Easy Work Box. Somebody hit you everywhere but under your feet with this one. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Man, we got to go in as usual. We got to talk about the sport of boxing. I just got on. I got a little hype. I was laying there, and I just seen that Keith one-time Thurman says he will be back in July. Been a long time coming. Been a lot of mouth running. That's all we've been hearing from Keith Thurman, just a lot of mouth. So hopefully in July, I will be seeing one of my favorite fighters come back to the ring. They're saying that maybe, well, they're not really saying, nobody ever really said that Keith Thurman was aiming towards Andre Berto or Devin Alexander. In the article, the guy who wrote it, he mentioned those names. So Keith Thurman hasn't said it will either be Andre Berto or the other, or Devin Alexander. Those fighters that he wasn't saying he will fight them. That was just what the guy who wrote the article with. But Keith one-time Thurman said he will, or he is coming back in July. Hopefully, it'll be a hell of a fight. I'm happy for that. It's better than us seeing Keith Thurman sitting down, running his mouth as usual, still saying he a champ. Keith, we ready for you to come back and show us that you are a true champion. Now, we also got the WBC mandating or ordering Javier Fortuna versus Ryan Garcia. I'm very happy that that fight was pushed. I don't know what's going on with Ryan Garcia. I don't know how Ryan Garcia plans to be great if he's going out there and telling the public who he plans to fight. I think that Ryan Garcia needs to go and push himself out there and try to be great. Javier Fortuna is having problems with Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. But I made a video about that, and in my opinion, like I said, they don't want to fight him because he's a seasoned fighter, ex-champion, and he brings a big threat to their zeros and their image in boxing. Because even if they win, he still will give them a hard fight, in my opinion. He still will give them a hard fight. So I think that's one of the main reasons, a lot of them are not mentioning Javier Fortuna. But the WBC said, fuck that, y'all are going to fight Brian Garcia since you sitting out here and you can't decide on what you're going to do. Since you keep telling us you're going to wait till you want to fight Devin Haney and fight this person and that person, let's mandate you to a fight. Now, he has the WBC interim belt. So if he does not fight Javier Fortuna, he will get stripped, or he should be stripped for the title. And then Javier Fortuna will face somebody for that title. But I think this is like the first time in history that, a ranked #1 fighter does not want to fight for the title. Like, I think this is something new to boxing. I don't think a lot of people realize what's going on with Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is a #1 mandatory for a title, and he does not want to go out and fight Devin Haney to get his title. I don't think I ever seen that before. But like they say, it's the first time for everything. What you say? The fight is garbage. No, Pigeon Mike. Oh, of course, Pigeon Mike. We know you. Pigeon Mike don't know too much about boxing, but that's a hell of a fight. That's a fight to see from the experience of Javier Fortuna, and see, do he still got it, and also what Ryan Garcia brings to the table. But we'll see what type of fighter Ryan Garcia is if this fight doesn't go through. If you say you want to be the best, you want to be the champ, or as you were screaming to Devin Haney that day in the ring, I'm the champ, right? I'm the champ, right? Well, show us that you're a champ, and you go out there and fight Javier Fortuna, and quit telling us you're going to wait to fight Devin Haney later. How about that? Yeah, I don't know what's really going on with boxing, man. It's really becoming a turnoff. Like, I just made a video last night with Jamel Charlos, and they're saying that they're calling David Benavidez a little kid, and there's no point in, and saying there's no point in fighting David Benavidez because David Benavidez has no title. This is what Jamel Charlo is saying. But you have a list of opponents on your resume who didn't have titles. So why is it now that you're just in search of these titles so bad? And then not only that, Jamal is saying that he's gonna stay at 160 so he can have the opportunity to fight Demetrius Andrade and Triple G. Really? Really? You gonna stay around to fight them? The same fighters who you've been running from damn near half your career. Them the fighters you gonna fight now. Get the fuck out of here. Somebody then told him do not go up there and run up on David Benavidez because he gonna get his ass stopped. Jamal Charlo never gives you a 50-50 fight. I don't know what type of lions they are. What type of lion? Well, he is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what type of lion he is. What this must be a cartoon character clown or a Disney lion or some shit like that, or the Wizard of Oz lion or some shit. Cause he don't want to fight nobody who we can see him getting a chance to him getting his ass kicked. That ain't fair to us. You calling out Dave Benavidez, even your brother getting out there calling out Floyd Mayweather in retirement and Canelo Alvarez 2 weight classes up from him. Y'all need to chill out with that, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what we trying to see now. But these dudes making too much money and the internet got them, you know what I'm saying, too hyped up. They want to be seen too much. They want to be seen in the ring. They want to be on Instagram and Twitter and flash your money instead of getting in the ring and fighting. See, we didn't see Sugar Ray Leonard and Hagler and Kearns, rolling around and on skating and dancing in the living room and they draws, and you didn't see all that. We seen men be men and we seen them go fight each other. All this, it's getting too out of hand with boxing. We just want to see some good fights. Can we see some good fights? Like you said, Red, remember the Sugar Ray Leonard, Hagler, Hearns, those type of fights. We want to see that going on in today's fighting. But unfortunately, we got a lot of rich fighters making a lot of money. And can't blame them, can't be mad at them for having what they have, and for living well. But at the same time, they just don't want to go out there and give us what we want. That they well taken care of. They got their money. They just don't want to go out there and do it. And it's sad because you want to say so badly you wish that they wasn't getting paid what they were getting paid, but then who could say that? You know what I'm saying? Because we as boxing fans, yeah, I do say I want to say it. Like I wish they wasn't getting paid as much as they were getting paid. Maybe we'll see the fights we really want to see, but you can't say that and judge another man's pocket and how much you think he should have. But it's fucking up boxing, period. That's all it's doing. We got a bunch of prima donnas running around talking about how much money they make, but they ain't fighting nobody. That's the sad part about it. Now, I don't know what's going on with this Joshua and Fury fight. All I keep hearing 1 minute that's the fight here, the fight gonna happen, and the next minute they come out and say Deontay Wilder got $10 million, somebody blocking the fight. Just somebody let us know what's going on with this. I mean, who really is just gonna fight? Who gonna fight? Is it gonna be Wilder and Fury? Is it gonna be Joshua and Fury? Which one of them is gonna be the fight? Because it's like what is going on in boxing that we can't just get some fights made? What's going on? We can't get the Crawford fight. We can't get the Spence fight. We can't get the Wilder rematch. Hell, we can't get the Joshua and Fury fight. It's like, God damn. Oh yeah, this Friday, y'all be tuning in this Friday. Free fights. So I think gonna be on PBC. Andy Ruiz versus Chris Arreola. Chris Arreola, OG in the game. He's still out there 40 years old fighting, but I think this is going to be a good matchup. Every time Chris Arreola goes out and fight, Chris Arreola always, put on a hell of a show. And then, we got the fast hands of Andy Ruiz. So I think that's going to be a Mexican brawl, man. That's going to be an entertaining fight. So be checking that fight out this Friday. Also, we got Terrence Crawford and Virgil Ortiz, which I already said if that fight was to happen right now, that Terrence Crawford would get no credit for beating up on Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz right now is hot, but if Terrence was to go up and beat him, eventually they'll say that the guy was too young and he should have waited to fight him when he had 5 fights or 5 more fights or 6 more fights. Right now they screaming it, and I would right now because I'm bloodthirsty for a fight, yes, I like to see it right now, but I don't see Virgil Ortiz beating Terrence. I explained that. I even seen on an article that he was actually saying, that he see a lot of holes in his game, and that he will actually beat him. And I think that Terrence Crawford has the arsenal to school Virgil Ortiz. Now, a lot of other welterweights could be in trouble, messing with Virgil Ortiz. I'm not talking about Terrence or Errol Spence. I'm not really even, I think, talking about Yukis, but I'll say the Keith Thurmans, the rest of the Sean Porters, the Danny Garcias, and the rest of the 147 pounders. Virgil Ortiz gonna bring hell to him. He gonna bring hell, but he needs those fights, I think, before he try to go run up on a Terrence Crawford or because even though he stopped, he beat Maurice Hooker. You still got to go and look at the impact and how that fight went. You got to look at the face of Virgil Ortiz Jr. He was marked up. He was getting hit a lot. You got to think about the ring IQ, the movement, and the offense of Terrence Crawford. Different angles, uppercuts. Terrence ain't got long arms. Terrence ain't going to be standing there, just tapping with a jab, So it's going to be a different fight, but right now I just feel that Terrence Crawford will get no credit. He'll beat him and then they'll say, oh, like I said, he was a young fighter. Terrence a seasoned vet, former undisputed champion. We knew Terrence was going to beat him. That's all it's going to be when he beat him. But it is a good fight, though. You know what I'm saying? To get to, but then by him having a 16-0 record, once again, like I got to say, they're going to criticize that. Virgil Ortiz ain't fighting nobody. Who was Maurice Hooker? Maurice Hooker had just came off a loss. You see what I'm saying? Who was Maurice Hooker? So, by him having a 17-0 record, they're going to say, once they see that name on the resume, Virgil Ortiz ain't nobody. Virgil Ortiz ain't nobody. It's going to be always something. But I like to see that fight, though. I'm not sure if I want to see that before the Sean Porter fight. I think I'd rather see the Sean Porter fight first. That's what I think I'd rather see. Yeah, I don't want to see that fight first. I'd rather see the Porter fight. I really like to see what he'll do against Porter, which I know he's going to shock the world against Porter because I feel that Terrence Crawford is going to stop Sean Porter. I think that Kenny Porter might have to throw in the towel in that fight, or Terrence Crawford will quit on a stool. I think it may be the 10th, 11th, 12th round. But we know that Sean Porter is a warrior. I don't see Sean Porter just giving up and just quitting. So I feel like a towel will have to get thrown in, or eventually he'll just, he'll just be on a stool and he's not coming out type shit. But I'm telling y'all, he gonna go out there and if he fight Sean Porter, he gonna go out there with something to prove that fight, and it's gonna be an amazing fight. And I take nothing away from Sean Porter. Sean Porter is a hell of a fighter, but at the same time, Terrence just on a different level, man, than most of the fighters out there at this point in boxing. He just on a different level. The panel is open. If anybody want to come on to the channel, you are welcome to come on the channel. I also talked about Alexander Lara. He is moving up to 160 pounds. I don't really feel he'll be too much of a threat there due to the fact, like I said, Jerry Hurd beat him, a bigger fighter at 154. So I just look at that as a 160 pounder. So even though he has skills, we don't really know how old Alexander Lara is, but I think he up in age now, and I don't really see him going out there, let's say trying to be undisputed at 160. You know, I don't see him. I can see him going out there making some paydays, but I ain't looking for him to go out there and be a unified champion or hold 3 belts or nothing like that. What's that? Pigeon Mike said, we don't know if he'll stop Porter, though. He never faced anyone close to Porter. I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, that's your opinion, first of all. Once again, I forgot I'm talking to somebody who don't know nothing about boxing. What else going on? We got Povetkin and Dylan White. I don't really know too much about that. I don't pay too much attention to the heavyweight division no more. But I'm hoping that Povetkin doesn't knock out Dillian White. I hope that he can go out there, but it's going to be a rematch. It's going to be a third fight. But I want to see Dillian White versus Deontay Wilder. That's the fight that Deontay Wilder need right now to keep eyes on him. People still keep him in the top of the heavyweight ranks. That's a good fight. I want to see Deontay Wilder versus Andy Ruiz. I don't want to see that because I think that's a knockout off top. I think Deontay Wilder will stop Andy Ruiz easily. So I don't really want to see that. But by Erislandy Lara moving up to 160, we do get a chance to see him fight Demetrius Andrade. That was a fight at 154. A lot of people wanted to see. I wanted to see. Hopefully that fight can happen. You know, a lot of people say Demetrius Andrade ducked Lara. I don't know. I can't say. I never heard that. But if I find out about it, you best believe he's the word going to tell you about it. You know, I don't be biased on none of them. If they ducking and they hiding, I'm going to come out here and I'm going to tell y'all. But that's a good fight that we could potentially see at 160. Chris Eubank Jr., he at 160, but you never know what Chris Eubank Jr. doing. You know, he boxed every year. You know, last time I seen him fight was against James DeGale, and that was actually a good fight. He was trained by a fighter in the Mayweather gym, and then I heard nothing else from him. You know, he disappeared. Hopefully these 2 years he been off or whatever, he been training with that same trainer at the Mayweather gym, hopefully. So you never know what's going on with him. But that will be a good fight, the Charlo brother versus Chris Eubank Jr. That's going to be a banger right there. That's going to be a banger. Both of them really are not superior boxers, but both of them have power, you know what I'm saying? So that's going different styles. So, yeah, that'll be a hell of a fight, in my opinion. Like I said, the panel is open. If you'd like to come on, you can come on at any time you feel. What do you think about Ennis fighting Ortiz Jr.? Do you feel like this one of the fights that made to prove these guys to move up? Oh, that's a great fight. That is a great fight. I'm happy you mentioning that. That's a great fight to see who deserves to be even considered for a title shot at Crawford or Errol Spence Jr. or Eubanks. You know, that's the tiebreaker, I think, between them two. You know, did a hell of a good job against Maurice Hooker. You know, Ennis ain't really fought nobody. I don't know really why Jaron Ennis keep calling out people. Jaron Ennis has given nobody a reason to fight him in reality. I mean, let's just be real. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, you know, I'm not just, you know, they be like, because you black, they be riding coattails. I don't do that. I don't care you purple. He ain't fighting nobody for Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, or Eubanks to even get him a title shot. He got to fight somebody. So, yeah, real the future. The feature, I'm sorry. Yeah, they got to make that fight happen. That's a great fight. I love to see that. Eubanks on who is he fighting? That's what one thing I know. Half of the fighters that are on the zone, and half of the fighters that have managers, they need to fire these people. All these their managers and stuff who's supposed to their promoters, they need to get at their ass. Oh shit, it's like bad. I'm sorry, y'all. I just got a little scared that we've been and tornado warnings and things all day, y'all. I apologize if we should go off. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. But yeah, we've been up on the tornado weather all day down here. I just seen some lightning. I had to turn that off, man. Okay, now back to the basics. Mean Machine didn't fight anyone for good. The Mean Machine was his mandatory, Pigeon Mike. The Mean Machine was his mandatory. Now, if he becomes a mandatory, then there's a possibility that, yeah, they're going to have to fight him. But just to go offline and just pick him for a fight, no. Shit. Hey, y'all, I apologize. I'm going to have to get offline. It is thundering and lightning very badly down here. It's Easy Work Boxing. I love y'all. Thank y'all for y'all support. I'm out, baby. It's lightning bad as hell.